How to quit smoking weed. Some people assume that marijuana is relatively harmless, but research has shown that it can have a number of negative effects on health. 1 While it may be less habit-forming than some other substances, there is also a potential for dependence and addiction. If you want to quit smoking weed, there are several things you can do to improve your chances of success. This article explores some of the tactics that you can try if you want to quit smoking marijuana. You'll also find information on symptoms of withdrawal you may experience and types of professional treatment that can help. Choose an approach. Once you decide to quit smoking weed, your first decision is to pick which approach is right for you and your needs. While some people may find giving up marijuana easier than others, your own experience may depend on whether you have developed a dependence or addiction to the substance. Cannabis use disorder is more likely to develop in individuals who began smoking weed at a younger age or use the drug heavily. The National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA, suggests that around 30% of people who use marijuana have a cannabis use disorder. 2. There are two common approaches to choose from when you are trying to quit smoking weed: tapering your use or quitting cold turkey. Tapering your use. Tapering is a process that involves gradually reducing drug use by lowering the dose used over a period of time. The goal is to slowly allow a person's body to become used to lower levels of the substance while minimizing drug withdrawal symptoms. The American Society of Addiction Medicine, ASAM, generally favors a gradual tapering approach to help minimize severe withdrawal symptoms. 3. If you decide to try the gradual approach, there are some things you can do to help improve your chances of success. Give yourself a deadline. Pick a date that you would like to quit smoking marijuana for good. Then figure out how much you'll have to cut back to quit by that date. Pick a tapering strategy. You might opt to cut back a certain amount each day or each week. You might also opt to switch to a lower potency cannabis product. Quitting cold turkey. This approach involves simply stopping the use of the drug. While quitting cold turkey isn't easy and often leads to more intense withdrawal symptoms, there are some reasons people might choose this method. For instance, it can be an effective way to stop your habit and get a fresh start. People who doubt their ability to reduce their marijuana use gradually may find this method more effective. 45. To quit smoking weed, you need to choose an approach that works for you. You can either gradually wean yourself off the drug or stop smoking cold turkey. Prepare for withdrawal. Once you decide to quit smoking weed, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the withdrawal symptoms you might experience as you give up the drug. By doing this, you'll be better prepared mentally and can plan how you will deal with these symptoms. Common signs of marijuana withdrawal include aggression, anxiety, appetite changes, cravings, depression, flu-like symptoms such as fever, sweating, and chills, headaches, irritability, sleep difficulties, weight loss or gain. For most people discontinuing their marijuana use, withdrawal symptoms will usually last for around 1 to 2 weeks. However, some people may continue to experience these symptoms for several weeks or even months, a phenomenon known as post-acute withdrawal syndrome, PAWS. Symptoms of withdrawal can be unpleasant and can derail your efforts to quit smoking weed. When the physical and psychological symptoms get bad enough, you might return to using the drug to find relief. During this time, it can be helpful to have a plan that will help you stick to your recovery efforts. Look for ways to relieve your symptoms without turning to marijuana and consider reaching out to your healthcare provider for solutions that can help. Reminding yourself that these feelings are temporary and that you will get better in a few days can help. Understand your triggers. When you are trying to quit smoking weed, it is essential to get rid of any marijuana-related paraphernalia in your home. Getting rid of the drug itself is crucial, but you should also eliminate any pipes, bowls, bongs, vapes, and related products. Having them readily available makes it easier and more tempting to give in to a drug craving. It would help if you also spend some time thinking about the triggers that make you want to smoke weed. Are there certain times of day you're more likely to smoke? Do you feel an urge to smoke more in specific settings, situations, or around certain people? Once you are more aware of the things that trigger your drug use, you can plan to deal with those triggers. Sometimes this might involve avoiding or eliminating things that create pressure on you to smoke marijuana. In other cases, you'll need to explore healthy coping mechanisms to help you manage your urges. Don't be too hard on yourself if you do make a mistake and smoke again. Relapse is common for anyone who is trying to quit. Research has found that it usually takes people a few tries before they are successful. Point 6. A slip-up doesn't mean that you've failed, it's just a temporary setback. Learn your triggers. Whether you are tapering your use or quitting cold turkey, it is vital to be aware of the people, objects, or situations that can trigger drug cravings and use. Identifying these triggers and finding ways to avoid or cope with them can help you be more successful. No matter what strategy you decide to use to quit smoking weed, several techniques can help you stick to your goals. Some things you can try are listed below. Finding ways to stay busy can help distract you from some of the unpleasant withdrawal symptoms. It can also keep your mind off of the drug cravings that you might be experiencing. Look for things that you can do that will help take your mind off of smoking weed. If you usually smoke during specific periods, such as on the weekends, find activities that will help keep you occupied and distracted. Creating a new routine can also be helpful when you are quitting a substance such as marijuana. Keeping a routine during stressful times can be important for your mental well-being, but sticking to old habits, those that featured regular drug use, can make recovery much more difficult.